Let's start this.
Hello, hello, hello. Wisdom Seeker here. So today we will be discussing, this is going to be a guide for Zafina for her certain major buffs, changes, and new tech that we have, which I do have a few of them. But we just want to, this is going to be a very, I don't want to say a starter guide, but not so advanced, something that every Zafina player should know. So let's start off with some of the buffs. So mainly, a big buff that we got is Mantis 1 and 4, down 1 and 4 actually screws, right? Okay. Okay, that's pretty massive. Well, this is one of the biggest buffs that she has, because in Tekken 7, that you only got that screw and you couldn't combo, you couldn't get a tailspin after that, but now we get a tailspin and a bound, I guess that's what you want to call it. And so the interesting thing about this is Mantis down in 1 tracks, okay? Just good to know, it always has. I'm just gonna put that out there because people don't know that. So when you try to sidestep her, it becomes difficult, and then also that makes the threat of her cursed claw way more threatening if you know that this is this can't be sidestepped, right? Because the only tracking move she has in Mantis is this, but it's very limited, right? And then also another buff that she got, which no one knows about, is so she could essentially refloat you with while standing 4. Okay, so let me show you. If you don't press anything, okay, now that's a huge buff for Zafina, because in Tekken 7 she did not have that at all. All right, now before I get into that, let me go to here and put them on block. Let me see. So some other positive changes, which I'm going to talk to, that are very important for her heat, right? Her heat mechanic, where she, this move here is an actual high crush. However, there are certain changes in her move list where it crushes at -3 to 4, kind of inconsistently. You're most likely going to crush, but there are times where even if you're -1 to 4, where because she does her high crush so fast, you might get clipped by other highs, you know? So before I give an example, so this is -3. It was -4 in Tekken 7, the jab strings, right? And then this here is also -3. So a setup you could use and, you know, crush their highs. So let me give you some examples here that I have available. So let's take a look at this. That move right there is +4, so watch this. Okay, you see what I'm talking about? Another example, that's also +4. I crushed it. Right? Okay, so at -3 and 4, that's just me proving to you that you can crush highs with this, but kind of inconsistently. And then also, something to note, I need you guys, okay, so when she's in heat, because I didn't want to, I only talking about like the 2 new buffs, because it's, there's a lot going on with Zafina, a whole lot I have to cover, so I'm only talking about the very basics and the gist of it, because I haven't shown you like the tech ops and the Oki. However, something that's very important is anytime you are -7, when you're using your reversal, you have the ability to crush all 13 frame mids and highs When you are -6, you have the ability to crush 12 frame mids and lower. So anything from 12, that's 12 frames to 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, you can crush those. And then when you're -5, you can crush all 11 frame attacks. And then when you're -4, you can crush all 10 frame attacks. Now, the reason why this is important is, let me show you something. So basically, if you're in your heat mechanic, let me put her on block right quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. Or better yet, because her heat mechanics, when you do your power crush in heat, okay, when you're in heat, you have a power crush, right? But to understand the math behind it, did it even record? Hell no. Let me try again. I'm sorry, guys. Let me do this again. Okay, so that move, okay, that's -5. Remember how I said that if you're -7, you can crush all 13 attacks, 13 frame moves? And if I said that if you're -5, you can crush all, 11 frame attacks? Watch this. Okay, so essentially her heat makes it to where certain moves where you're minus become actual mix-ups, because essentially the mix-up here is if you try to attack me and then I jump over, because essentially that move right here, this jump over attack usually crushes all 13 frame lows, okay? Your generic down 4, right? And if you're a beginner, I know that some of you guys are new to Tekken. I will give me some comments below and I will explain everything more in detail if you need help or whatever, because I know I'm talking kind of advanced because to some of you, because you don't know what the frames are, but and I will give you a guide, discussing her frames later. I'm just giving you the text so you can actually apply it immediately during your battles. But I just want to give you that so you guys know what's going on. And then also, we need to talk about her options, all right? So remember I said that her while standing 4 gives her the ability to refloat for a combo, right? Okay, now, here are some of her options where it kind of gets deadly, that you're gonna use this in your bouts, okay? Yeah, so let me show you something. So let's just say you're in heat, right? And they tech roll immediate 50-50. And I did say this on Tekken 7, I said, if she gets to keep any of her tech traps, and you have a Zazo Claw mids, I did say I was gonna cover this, that's very dangerous. Okay, because you could do a mid if you want, you could do a whole lot of stuff with that, right? And then going here, so let's just say they tech roll and they try to, so for the beginners, let me just show you something. If you have when you're tech rolling, make sure you don't press immediately because you're usually at a very big disadvantage. So let's just say they try to tech roll and your fastest move is 11 frames, right? Your fastest wall standing move. Let's just say you try to tech roll and do an immediate while standing 4, you're still kind of plus, okay? So she can still interrupt you. And if they start ducking, you could always use your mids, but you still have some frame advantage there. And then also, I'm just covering the Oki option so that you guys can apply it. That's all I'm doing. And then also, that's uninterruptible. If you go into your Tarantula mix-ups, when they start tech rolling, okay, all of your Tarantula options are uninterruptible except for, you know, the bigger moves, like Tarantula, let me show you. So after that, this move would be uninterruptible if they're fast enough. And this move here, your launcher. However, this will definitely connect. If they try to press anything, that's going to be a deterrent from them pressing anything, because it's going to counter hit and trade with them. And, you know, most people are not going to press a damn button. If they do, they're going to get counter hit, period. That's just that. And then also, no, I already showed you guys that. Okay, so you can transition into all of your stances after, or at least two of your stances, Mantis and Tarantula, to keep them on their toes. And you're going to need it because Zafina has received so many nerfs that it's kind of hard to play at the higher level. So I just wanted to give you these basic tech traps and new materials so that you guys have an understanding of what's going on, because I'm not nearly done yet. I just wanted to keep it kind of simple, just so you guys can, you know what type of buff she has and a setup that you guys could use at the high level or whatever level you want, regardless, just so that you know how to apply her Oki, because there's way more stuff, but I wanted to keep it simple as I can for now.
This is your fate.